trying to get it so tight, but it just like bends and doesn't work
Ugh.
that well.
Well, with that, should we start it up by saying hello, everybody? Welcome back to the second episode of the Mildly Mature Podcast, number 2.
Two.
Uh, and
We're deeper into the 1%. We're that much closer.
we're that much closer. Episode 100. Here we come. In approximately, how long would that actually take us if we did?
If we did it every week, which we've already missed the second week.
Hey, don't tell them that. This is all pre-recorded.
It's gonna take us 4 years.
Oh shit!
If we did it every other week, but if we do it every week, just under 2 years. Because there's 52 weeks in a year, I think, right?
Good question.
52 or 54.
I can't math, and I don't want to pull it up right now, so I won't.
I'm pretty sure it's 52. Pretty sure it's 52.
But I can't remember what. I don't think we even talked about a plan, because I think originally we were just gonna start recording it every week and posting it like a few days after we recorded it. And then I was looking into a bunch of like how to be successful at YouTube and all that other stuff. And YouTube is like, you want to have, when you launch your channel, you want to have like 3 to 5 videos just sitting there. So like an audience can be like, oh, I found this video and I like these guys. And then they click on your channel and they see, oh, that's his only video. Then the algorithms will be like, they literally hate you because they only watch this one video and never touched you again. So
yeah, it makes
sense. Who
sense.
knows? Maybe by the time everyone actually is able to see this, it'll be like, hopefully, I don't even know, 15? But hopefully after a little while, we'll get more consistent and be able to put out an episode, so that way we're not talking about something that happened 2 months ago. You know what I mean?
Right. That's fine though, because I mean, eventually, well, more people listen to it. Like if they really like it, they're gonna be just listening to super out of date shit anyways. Yeah. I remember I used to listen when I first found out about Tiger Belly. I remember I was listening to it, and they were talking about like when Trump got elected, and he was already back out of office by the time I'd heard that episode. I was like, holy fuck!
Always gotta go back. Got the backlog to go through. And to everyone that is going through the backlog right now, I'm sorry. You've, instead of seeing the quality get slowly better, you've been seeing the opposite.
It's just getting worse, dude.
What the fuck,
I'm gonna go buy a worse mic.
Why are their internet like getting cut out, and why are people interrupting them every 15 fucking seconds, man? It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, yeah, it's not good. I still got that one on the door, and I think of that every time I see it.
Yeah, now you're gonna have to go get a number 2 to put on it, and then next week you're gonna have to get number 3.
You're on the floor.
No, no.
In number 2.
That's not what I meant.
That actually reminds me, dude. Did you make your list of kinks to be shamed?
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that this episode, so no, I didn't. Oh. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh shit! Well, let's just go over your. Well, should we go over your list, or should we do it like at the same time so we can compare lists?
No, let's go over mine. I spent the whole 3 minutes on this shit, dude. So I gotta get that payoff.
That's a lot of time. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I didn't put these in a specific order.
Okay, and I guess to clarify, I'm assuming, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm gonna try and pre-save your ass. When we're talking about these types of kinks, I'm assuming
only legal stuff.
I'm assuming what we're meaning is like when you take the kinks too far, because obviously there are some things that are like okay as long as they're like consensual on all parties and you're not doing anything crazy. But then there's that same kink you can be like, I'm taking it too far and now I'm breaking the law using this kink and all this. Like it just gets weird. Because like how I was thinking about it is like, I know one spoiler alert from my list when I decide to make one.
You already got a brewing.
I know what a few of them are going to be. I could probably off the cuff at least throw out 3 after you're done. Okay. But I know at least one of mine was going to be like, so an example would be like the people that have like a shaming kink, right? Like that's that on its own perfectly fine. If you like being called a dirty little slut, whatever the fuck, fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when you're like taking that too far, where it's like I need people to shame me, so I'm gonna go out in public and shit my pants in front of my wife's family, then it's just like, ooh, I don't like that because it's not consensual on all parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. These ones, all the ones I have, besides I think one, but I try to keep them all like technically legal. So like everyone still is
Technically legal.
consensual.
Yeah.
Everyone's still consensual in the situation, so they're all legal. But
Is
I'll
this
just go.
is your list in a specific order, or is this just like I just don't like these in
I just
general?
don't like them. There's no
Okay,
order.
so there's not like a this is my number one.
Yeah, maybe I'll pick number one once I've finished,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
there's no order at least at this point. So the first one I have is being a furry. That
Oh,
one's
okay.
just obviously bad, dude. Because I mean,
You
it's
know,
not technically bestiality,
it's
but
not. But
close enough. You
the weird
fucking
thing
sickos,
is
dude.
like every once in a while I'll see a clip of furries and they're always like doing their own thing and it's just like they're like low key kind of wholesome. So it's kind of
Uh,
weird to like
no,
it's kind of
no.
weird like the internet hates them collectively, but then
I
I feel like it's like a one-way street. Like just
are
everyone
they
hates
part
them.
of? Well, are
I don't
they? I think they're technically part of like the LGBTQ plus community. Alexandra said she saw them at like the Pride Parade stuff, and
well,
I feel
I feel
like
like
they're just a disgrace, honestly.
I feel like the pride parades are it's just like I don't know, maybe I'm just like reading into it wrong, but I feel like the pride parades are more for like being proud of who you are. So I guess
Be
if you
ashamed
are a
if you're a furry,
furry,
dude. Be ashamed.
okay, that's your opinion, I guess. I
No.
I wouldn't want to get into a fursuit and like rub up on anyone. But
Yeah, it's not the worst. That one is actually the least bad on my list, I would say. But that being said, still is a little bit too
it's
close to
it's a
bestiality,
lot of money
where
too.
it's weird. Yeah, it's expensive. Someone I know told me that the suits were like 5 grand, like they get up there.
No, I think that's right, dude. I think because a lot of them are like custom made, aren't they?
Yeah, and when
Like
like the mouths move, it's actually kind of impressive. But it's all
well,
right. Maybe we'll take furries off the list.
furries up the list. Actually, badasses.
Yeah, it's innovative and it's impressive, dude. The other one, the next one I have is where you like it when your partner dresses up or acts like a child for sex.
I've
So
never
it's
even
like
heard of that.
I
So
remember seeing it
like,
on My Strange Addictions. There's this guy who he pretty much just like wore diapers and stuff like that because he liked. I also saw it in A Thousand Ways to Die once, which I don't really remember how that one was in there. But I don't know. It's like kind of pedophilic,
a
like
little bit. Yeah, I could
when
see
like
that.
they talk in like a high voice and ugh. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's approaching pedophilia. That's why I think that should be a
Yeah,
shamed one. Yeah,
definitely
especially like when
weird.
they wear diapers and shit, and you're not like 80 where you actually need diapers again. But yeah, that one's gross. Next one I have is just anything that involves pooping.
Yeah.
It's unsanitary, dude. That's a health risk.
That's unsanitary.
It
Yeah.
is, dude. Whether you like to be pooped on or you drink poop, I don't know.
How do you?
I'm sure there's a
I
whole
don't
bunch
even
of
want to know.
combinations.
I don't even want to know if that's been. It's probably been done. I don't know how
There's
you blend up a fucking poop smoothie.
they probably just drink like a bunch of Miralax if they want to,
Ooh,
nice and liquid. There's this
that is.
I watched I watched this YouTube video. It was like top 10 movies you should never watch, and there's this one called uh Guso Milk, I think.
What the?
I never watched it, but I looked
Sure,
it up.
sure.
I did it, dude. I did it, but I looked it up on
I
Google
looked it
and like
up
the
and
image,
found a
I think
pirated
it's a
site that
VH.
had it, and I
Yeah, it's
watched
an
the whole
unnamed site.
thing.
Yeah, I had a VPN on for it. But like I think it was like a VHS tape, and I like Googled it because I wanted to know, and then just the picture on the VHS tape. It's so when I first looked at it, I thought it was a spider, dude,
it was two asses right next to each other, and where like the holes are for the VHS tapes were just assholes, dude.
and it spins. That'd be sick, actually. I hope they did that. But no, like the picture of it, I thought it was a spider at first, and then it was like a lot of asses. There was like a circle of like maybe like 6 to 8 butts, and there was a person in the middle, and they were just showering her.
Ooh.
So I don't want to get too descriptive, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I just built a
Too
solid image in
descriptive.
your head. It's
I
too
do not
late. I
want to
already built a
see.
solid image.
I don't even want to see what the too descriptive version of
Yeah,
that is.
Guso. It's called Guso milk.
No, I'm not looking. I'm
Guso.
not looking it up. I'm not looking it up.
Look it up at your own risk. This is your warning. Um, Another one I had was humiliation,
I
but
think
that one was a
that
joke because
well, the
if we're
problem.
shaming
Yeah, I
humiliation,
know. That's the one
kind
thing.
of plays into it.
Kind of go. That was on my list too. Like the people that would be like, "Oh, I like being humiliated," and like that when it gets to a
Hmm.
point where it's like non-consensual, or it's just like, "Oh, this is a one-sided thing. I'm gonna
Yeah,
just like piss my pants in front of all these people so they like think I'm a
they're like,
weirdo." But
ew.
I'm like getting off on that, and then it's like worse because you can't shame them for being like that because they
Yeah, because
fucking
they
like
like
it.
it. Yeah, dude, it's
It's,
a real paradox right
yeah,
there.
it's just
What do
like
you even do? Just
like I
beat them
can't.
up? They might like that too,
You
though.
have to praise them. You're like, oh, good
Yeah.
job, and they're like,
Good
fuck, this
job,
isn't
you're
what I
amazing.
wanted.
You're so brave. You're so brave for shitting your pants. Another one I just found out about today is called, I think it's called feederism. So it's like their kink is essentially
Getting fed
they
stuff.
feed their part. No, they feed their partner just so much food to like just make them be obese, like and like don't tell them. They
That's
just
like
kind of
a
like keep.
weird like control thing. I feel like.
Yeah, but like it gets them, revved up, knowing that they're like slowly making their partner just obese, dude. Like it's
I
actually
feel
fucked
like
up.
that's comes from like the 1700s where like wives
Yeah.
couldn't get divorced, so they're like, I'm just gonna slowly put anthrax in my husband's soup. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
not that kills them. This one, they just
yeah,
like to.
this
I
is
guess
just
like making them really obese is kind of slowly killing them, but not like anthrax level. There's, I can't remember what it's called, but there's like this book where it's sort of a similar thing, where like this mom wanted to essentially like keep taking care of her kids, so she was giving her kid like pills and vitamins to make her healthier, but it was actually keeping her sick pretty much because like she eventually like
yeah.
stopped taking all the shit and then got better. It's actually kind of crazy. I'm pretty sure it's a
I
book. It's
think
probably a movie too.
I remember that. I think that was like a plot point for something.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
there's a
why. I
name
think that's
for
a
it.
story that's happened a few times because I do remember
Yeah,
that. Like I remember that was at least used in something,
yeah. I
but I
know
don't
there's like
remember
a
what.
big story because like
Um,
in the story, like the girl. Maybe I'm mixing this up, but like the girl uh like got a boyfriend essentially and then convinced, or maybe the girl killed her mom. Somehow the mom got killed, but it was because she was like poisoning her kid, and then the chick went to prison, and I think she like recently got out, even though I think it's kind of
there
messed up,
was
I
that
guess.
one.
Sort of justified that she
I
did
remember
that,
there was
but
this one story of this one like I can't remember if it was like this old grandma or what, but like for some reason she had a jar of ashes from Pompeii, like because she's like, oh, this was
oh,
passed down from
mm-hmm.
my lineage. It somehow came to me, and for some reason she like sprinkle the ashes into all of her meals that she like whenever her family members came over, but she didn't tell them about it.
She
And then
sprinkled
when
into the food.
yeah, like the Pompeii ashes.
Oh,
And then when like they confronted her
carbon.
about it, she's like, why would you do this? Like that's weird. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's ashes from Pompeii, it makes you strong. And that was just like actually her just like genuine belief. She's like, it's just gonna beef you the fuck up because it's
Dude,
ashes from this volcano.
if it works, put some of that
it's
shit in my
just
food.
it's just like
Carbon. It's just
weird.
carbon mostly.
And my head canon is that was like not even like it was probably like her great great grandmother that just died and got cremated, and they just told her it
Oh,
was from the no, that's my head
yeah.
canon. I don't know. Like how do
Could
you
be.
still
Could be.
how do you still be carrying around a big ass jar of
Um,
Pompeii ashes?
yeah, where do you even get that? I think
Probably
that's
Pompeii.
actually
I don't know.
a different kink is to like bust onto people's food and then feed it to them without
Dude,
telling.
that I think pretty much
That one's not even on my
any
list
yeah, I
either.
think any type of kink that's like a one-way street where like the other person
Yeah,
doesn't consent to it or doesn't know about it is pretty fucked up.
bad. Yeah, those are not good, dude. The last one I had was necrophilia
Yeah,
for
well,
obvious
yeah, we
reasons.
don't need to go into that anymore.
Yep, yep, that one's bad. That one's bad, so don't do that. So those are
um,
my, at least the ones I'm aware of. Those are my top five shameable kinks.
Yeah,
The
I think
busting on
the
people's food is bad too. There's a lot. There's honestly a lot of terrible ones.
yeah, I can't remember what it was. There's this one. I think it was You season 4. Have you seen the show You on Netflix?
Not season 4. I think I saw like the first
I'll tell you
2
what,
or
season
3.
4, big downgrade. Not
Oh,
a
really?
great season. Very weird. But I can't remember if it was, or was it season 3?
I
I don't
saw
remember.
most
But
of season 3.
I think it was season 4. But basically it was like a bunch of rich people all together, and there was like this one plot line. Spoilers for what You season
Ah,
2 or 4. I don't know what season it is. But it's like a bunch of rich people, and there's one person that like is gonna marry this other rich chick, and he's low key a dickhead for a bunch of different reasons. But the main thing I'm bringing this up is
sure.
his kink was like getting pissed on by specifically his servants, or like people that he pays to like work for him.
Uh,
And I can't remember how, but like somehow the person he was gonna marry found out, and like she didn't. She was like, "Oh, I'm cool with your kink," but like she like dove like super deep into his psyche off of his like one kink. He's like, because I'll never,
whoa.
because you perceive me as equal or better than you, you'll never be like happy with me because of your kink, because like he gets
Oh
off
yeah.
on like people that he perceives as lower than him,
Mhm.
degrading him basically.
That's
So it's
kind of
just
like
like kinks are
like
really weird, because I feel like you could do that with a lot of them, is be like dive super deep into people's psyche and just be like, what makes this person tick, because like
yeah.
they like
All the
this.
really all the really like abstract ones, I feel like is they're all related to some weird deeper issue.
Yeah, it's either that, and then like all the general ones are like mommy issues, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like what is it? Yeah,
Mommy
being
daddy
choked is
issues.
a daddy issue one. I feel like that's what it always is. I don't know what the mommy issue one transforms into, but
I don't know, but I feel like almost any of them you can trace back to something. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, yeah, it's weird. It's really interesting. How about you dating a therapist would be the fucking worst? You have to be a really bland person, otherwise they're just gonna like tell you what's wrong with you all the
Yeah.
time.
Like, have you ever thought about seeing a therapist? I married you, and you're just doing it for free, and I don't even want you to do it.
Yeah, big mistake, dude.
um, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I came into this podcast thinking that I was gonna have a topic or two ready just in case, and then you came in with that, and I completely forgot everything I was gonna say. So
Uh-uh. Gotta write shit down, dude. It's actually clutch.
I know I write a lot of. Let me see. I think I
Gotta
did
check your notes,
make a
dude.
notes app specifically for podcast ideas.
Do you have any
Question
poetry
is,
you would like to read?
I do not,
Poetry?
but I did buy a poetry book today on Amazon.
You gonna start
Not
ripping out some
sponsored.
haikus or what?
Um, no. At
Oh,
least I don't know. The reason I bought it is because I was looking at, okay, completely different topic, jumping super
I'm
far
here.
away.
I'm here.
A few weeks ago on Amazon Prime Day, hashtag not sponsored, um, I somehow got like a bunch of like random Amazon gift cards built up to a point where I had like $150 of Amazon cards.
Ooh,
And I went out and I
nice, dude.
basically somehow, I can't remember how I figured it out, but I basically got an entire like $300 vinyl setup for like $50. So I have like
Steal.
so I got like these nice speakers and like a decent, it's I was doing a lot of research because I initially wanted to like try vinyls out, and I bought like an $70 one from like Walmart. Piece of
Hmm.
junk, I'll tell you what. Thing
Yeah.
exploded itself almost immediately.
Was it
Uh,
like a vibro? Fuck, I don't know what it's called. I bet you I know which one it is.
I don't know.
It
It
looks
was
like it's in like a suitcase or a
the
briefcase, kind of.
suitcase. No, it wasn't one in a suitcase. But I've heard that the ones that that are like look like suitcases are like, because after mine broke, I was like, okay, I want to try and get into vinyls. I'm gonna do a bunch of research, and that brought me down a whole rabbit hole. because turns out people that like vinyl records are very, 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 very into their setup and put a lot of money into it and are very proud of it. So then when you be like, hey, I'm a beginner trying to get into this, they go, oh, if you want a good setup, you need to spend at least $5,000. And
And
I'm
you're
like,
like, shut
whoa,
up.
okay, calm down.
Yeah,
And that
not there yet.
basically I bought like the lowest tier that you could possibly get that like those types of people respect. So it was like $150 or two.
Okay.
I think it was like $200, but it was like down to like 120 something on because of Prime Day. Um,
So you're in the community now of
barely. I got my toe
what are
in.
you guys called? Vinyl heads?
I have no
Vinyls?
clue. But that
Record boys?
but that brought me like I don't even remember why I brought this up anymore. What were we
Record
talking about
rats?
before? I'm trying. I
You
was
bought a vinyl player and it's gonna be featured on your Tinder profile. It's gonna be a new talking point for
no,
you.
that's
Oh.
not it. But I can't
Good
remember
move.
why.
Hey, not a bad idea
I
though,
can't
huh?
remember why I brought it up though. Why did I bring it
You
up? Oh no.
Cause yeah, I don't know. You never said, dude.
I was gonna
I can just
go
guess.
into something, but then I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna go into this, I need a bunch of backstory. So I started
Gotta
doing the
preface it, yeah.
backstory.
It
I don't remember what
sounds
we were talking
good.
about
I don't
before.
know.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Sounds
That's the
good.
but anyway,
You want to
completely
be
different
part of
topic from
an
what I was
elite.
originally gonna do. People that are watching
You want
this
to
are
be
probably pissed.
you want to be part of an elite community, and you
No.
picked vinyls to get into.
No. But side note, apparently vinyls are very, very not very, very big nowadays, but they're the most purchased um
Birthday gift.
physical media nowadays. So
Oh,
the
really?
CDs are in the past. Vinyls are back, baby. Um,
Well, yeah, I suppose everything else is streamed.
yeah.
Might as well go back to like the golden days.
Um,
My dad used to have this. Well, he got it from my grandparents. It was this giant, one of the first radios. Fucker was huge,
yeah.
dude. It looked like a dresser.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. So it just sat in our basement for like 6 years. And then
Yo,
my mom made him get rid of it.
that's crazy because the thing that my vinyl thing is sitting on is a giant radio.
Oh, is
That
it
was
really?
my mom apparently got it because when she moved into one of her house, did my mom move into your dad's old house or something? Because she was just like, oh, I moved into a
Huh?
house and it was just there. So,
Oh, because the radio is there.
yeah. It's like I
I
guess
was
they
like, I
didn't
don't
want it,
think
so they
so.
just left it there. But she basically hollowed it out and turned it into like a cabinet, and but like one of the
Oh,
drawers
nice.
still has like the old thing where you have to like turn it and you can see the dial goes back and forth to say what
See, at least that's
setup you're on.
like useful. Ours
Yeah,
just didn't do anything. It was
yeah,
full
it
of
just sat there.
busted ass
Yeah.
electronics collecting dust in our
Okay,
basement.
we're gonna have to title this the scatterbrained episode because
Scatterbrain.
I feel like I came in here with an agenda of what to talk about. And every
Well, man, I
single
hate to
time we
say
jump
it.
to a topic, I think I've jumped to a different one.
I hate to say it, but I think they're all going to be scatterbrained episodes.
Well,
So,
hell.
scatterbrain,
Well, hell.
scatterbrain number one.
Audience is going to be pissed. They're going to be like, oh, I want to know what he was going to say.
Yeah, it's all right. So do I. I'm right there with you. I want to fucking know too, but
Anyway,
here we are.
vinyls, one of the best and worst decisions of my life.
Because now you're so
Because
much
now,
more aware of how cool it gets,
yeah, I'm
and
like,
it's just
damn,
a
these are
big
so
investment.
cool. But vinyls are goddamn expensive, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
average price is like $40. I'm like, God
There's,
dang.
I can't remember which band it is, but they sell vinyls that has bathwater in them.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I have
yeah. You
seen
know what I'm
some
talking
vinyl
about?
records actually do get. There was this one that I saw because when I was doing research, someone was like, "Well, look how cool I found! Like, I found this really cool vinyl player or record that I should buy," and it was like an old, like like the original Mortal Kombat movie. It had
Oh,
its soundtrack
cool.
on it, but it was clear, and inside of it was like fake blood. So you could like turn it and the blood
Oh,
moved inside the record. I'm like, that is
that's
so
sick.
cool.
That's actually cool as fuck, dude.
Um, but no, I was looking and I saw that the Deadpool and Wolverine movie to date this episode just came out last week, I
Have you
think.
seen it?
Saw it twice.
Twice.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen it
went
zero
went
times.
with a few friends, and then the next day, my dad wanted to watch it, so I went with my family again to go see it the next day.
Dude, I'd like to see that movie.
Pretty good movie if you liked it. If you liked the first Deadpool, where it was kind of meh about the second one, you'll like
Yeah, I
this
agree
one
with that.
because the third one is probably better than the first two. It's pretty good.
Really?
It's got Hugh Jackman because he's
Hugh
jacked.
Jackman. Yep,
Huge
yep. His
jacked
final
man
stint as Wolverine, dude.
for the second time, baby.
Yeah, second time, his final run. Maybe he'll come out of retirement once more
Yeah, no,
for
they were
Deadpool
making
4.
jokes about that. They were said something in the movie like spoilers for Deadpool on a joke. If you, it's not gonna be main spoilers, but it was a joke in
Okay,
it
that's
that
okay.
was like they made two jokes about like that. They're like, oh, what would bring him out of retirement? Something about like a big wad of Disney cash, and he said it like in the Aussie accent because of that.
Uh-huh.
And then he said something else where it's like, oh, we're joining the MCU. We're going to be doing this till we're 90. Like, we're just like laughing about
Yay.
that. And then,
Is there still swearing and stuff in it?
yeah, it's still a rated R
Okay,
movie.
good.
It's,
Yeah, when I saw that it was like part of the MCU, I didn't see swearing in the commercials, but I was like, probably just
no,
because,
it's,
they don't want to have swear words in the
dude, it was kind
commercials.
of crazy though, because like both times I went, absolutely ridiculous how many people have brought their like young kids. Granted, they can do what they want. If I had kids, I would not be bringing like
To a
especially that
Deadpool
young.
movie?
Like these kids were like under 8. You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh.
and in this movie, it literally word like cussing and shit gets swore like it gets said every other sentence at the minimum. There's some points where
Yes.
like he literally says fucking like last episode you were talking about
How
the
much?
mechanics or whatever that were saying fucking instead of
Yeah,
like there are
yep,
literally
yep.
points in that movie where they do that. And they're
Damn.
talking about pegging and shit, and he's bringing these 8-year-olds and younger in.
I'm like, what's pegging?
And then there's this
Like,
one.
don't look at
There's
my
this.
closet.
Don't look in my closet. Don't go in there.
Yeah,
Um,
don't go in my room.
but no, there was like, it's kind of funny because I was looking at the backlash. There's some people that were having backlash of it, and they're like, I went to go see Deadpool 3, and that is not a Christian movie. I'm like, motherfucker,
What'd you think?
you just go into an R-rated movie not knowing what you're gonna go see? Did you not go even inspect the first two? You think that shit's Christian at all? It's like,
They thought it was like
I'll
Spider-Man
tell
because
you
he's
what.
got a red suit
Yeah,
on.
sometimes I'll tell you what. Sometimes general audiences very dumb.
I feel like most of the time.
Yeah, have you ever
It's
read
like those are the
Amazon
kind of people
reviews?
who probably no. Wait, yeah, I
Sometimes
have read Amazon reviews.
sometimes I read
Uh,
them and I facepalm with how crazy some people are.
well, yeah, some
Um,
people will complain about something. They're like, they didn't say this would happen, and you look at the product description, and it's like it says exactly the thing they're complaining about, like that it does or
there
doesn't
was
do something. And it's
there
just
was
like,
one
no,
where I was
look
looking at like
closer.
a special. It was like a special sun like what was it? Sunscreen for like so if you were to go to Mexico because apparently Mexico has like different laws on what
Higher UV
type of
rays.
well it's like they don't if you're going to the ocean they don't want you to wear a specific type of sunscreen because it can damage the aquatic life there if it has a specific
Oh,
chemical that's of course America uses a lot in their sunscreen. So I was looking at
we love
something like
our
that.
bad chemicals here, dude.
I was looking at something like that and one of the top reviews was something like really good, stings like hell when I put it directly in my eyes. It's like, what are you doing?
Deserved it, dude. Absolutely
It's like,
deserves
why are you
that.
putting sunscreen in your eyeballs?
You can't. Yeah. What are you looking at the sun? You fucking idiot,
It
dude.
doesn't make any sense. Oh, jeez.
Sometimes that's the downside of a easily survivable world, I guess, dude. A lot more dumb people spreading around.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But it brings some entertainment sometimes because I was laughing
Yeah, it
about that
does.
every once in a while, and every once in a while I'll remember it. And I'm like, dang,
You're like, wow, that person exists,
that
and they're so
person
stupid.
is putting sunscreen directly in their eyeballs. That's crazy.
That is unfortunate luck. There's dumber things though. Like you could like poop kinks or something like that. That's that's way more unhealthy.
um, let's see. I have a bunch of topics I have written in my phone, but I don't want to go through any of them.
Fair, fair.
um,
I have some too, but I don't want to talk about them
I
either.
will ask this since it's an earlier episode. Um, I'm obviously by talking to you and having like the pre thing, you and me are both hoping that this podcast kicks off and gets somewhat successful.
Dude, if we just don't stop,
Yeah.
can't
If
lose.
so, with that, say we do get a decent audience, do you have any fears of us getting big?
Um,
Like any, yeah.
like in regards to what, I guess. I don't know.
Like, I'll give you one for me. I'm low key scared if we get really big that, like, not even really big, just like somewhat big,
Big
that
enough.
obviously with any type of internet spotlight, you're going to have more people with eyes
Looking at
on
you.
you.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of worried that will kind of turn into the classic internet troll of hatred, and then we'll end up getting like doxxed and shit. I don't want that, dude.
Uh,
Or am I just
yeah.
depressing as fuck and you're just like, yeah, we're just gonna be famous, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have
I've been.
that fear, but I don't think
It's not like a big one
because
for you.
like, well, no matter what, we're gonna change if like obviously a lot more eyes are on us. But I don't know. I don't think we're stupid. And we don't
No,
do
I'm
like
all.
bad shit anyways. So as long as we just keep not doing bad stuff, then
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm
It's not
hoping.
also too. Neither of us have like a vast or like a really long history of like being on social media. So it's not like there's anything to even like dig up on us.
Are you
So
insinuating something? I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, hide that furry suit. That's all I'm
I don't.
saying.
Whoa.
But no,
um.
yeah, I'm not really worried about it that much. I mean, I guess I don't know. I hear famous people complain about getting recognized all the time and having to take pictures,
Yeah.
but I don't think that like happens to like
I
people
mean,
who
it
just
happens to big
podcasts.
people
Yeah,
like PewDiePie. I think had that happen to a lot. I mean, he didn't happen a lot, but like he was like, it happens enough where it's kind of annoying because I'm like just trying
yeah,
to get groceries
yeah.
and I have people screaming at me. Maybe we'll just have to invest in like one of those really weird like masks that you put over. You know, like those
Like
old
a
people masks that everyone
yeah,
has.
yeah, those like detailed silicone
Yeah,
ones.
we'll just have to. And you know, what'd be really funny. No, that's gonna be. That would be really
If
funny
we just
if.
get masks of each
That's
other
what I
and
was thinking.
and wear them around. I'm not him. I'm not him.
I'm not. I'm not Nick. Don't worry about it. It's not
Yeah,
me. And
yeah. Even though our eyes are different colors.
it's just like, what? Why? When did you gain like 100 pounds, Nick?
I'm bulking. I'm bulking.
Just
No,
like,
yeah, I'm not worried about it honestly. Plus,
yeah.
I mean,
I'm hoping.
uh,
You know,
do you have any positives you're looking forward to about it? Like,
positives.
yeah, like good things that would come with it. Like one
Uh,
good thing I can think of is our faces would hold a monetary
that
value.
is.
So we could just
You
be
and me
like,
see
yeah,
that as like. I would see that as a bad thing. That's kind of
I see
weird.
that as a good thing, dude. We can sell shit. Well, good shit. We would only sell good stuff.
Dude,
But I mean, we could sell stuff,
yeah, I've been
and
thinking
just the
about that.
fact
I've
that
been
we're
like,
us.
I feel like if we ever get a sponsorship deal of any type, I'm gonna have to be like, all right, Nick, we're gonna have to actually look at this, and you're gonna be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
money, and I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
whoa,
No,
whoa,
no, no.
is it good though?
No, yeah, I would. I wouldn't want to be sponsored by anyone that has something that's dog water. Yeah. Plus, I'll be. I plan on being rich before we're famous, so all good.
I don't.
Not sure. Not sure how to get there yet, but
I don't. I don't
yeah, yeah.
plan on being rich. Period. So
Really?
not really.
You don't. What the fuck? I've always thought I was even like as
Well,
a kid. I was like, I'm gonna be a millionaire someday. I don't know what for, but I was like, I'll be a millionaire. There's just not any doubt about it.
nope, not for me.
Well, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be fucking
Well,
awesome.
hope. I don't know.
Speaking of, dude, I actually got my first paying
Millionaire
client today.
contract. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no. But no, for I guess speaking to the audience here, I have been working on like email marketing and copywriting, and I got my first client today, which is fucking it's gonna equal
All
out.
you need
Here's a
is
rev
one.
share deal. I can't say who it is, but it's like a rev share deal, so I'm gonna be making almost no money for the effort I'm putting in right now. But he's a small
Well,
guy.
yeah, I was gonna say
But it's a step in the right direction, dude. I'm actually making money off of
at the
writing
beginning,
here.
it's mostly about getting those
Proof, dude.
testimonials, I
Yep.
guess.
Yep.
Uh,
So I worked with
so
them
yeah,
for
it is
like
in the right
2 months
direction.
for free, and yeah. So if you need e-commerce help, if you want someone to make you some more money, dude, hit your boy up. Find me on Twitter at HonestApeCopy. Also, if you're watching this YouTube video, you're a fucking slacker, so don't hit me up, actually.
Why watching us two idiots talk about goddamn kinks
like,
for the
like, I
last
want this guy having touching my
for the
business
last
at all.
35, the first
Yeah,
35
dude, I'm just
minutes.
cutting myself off at the
He's
knees early on here.
I'm actually a liability. Don't
I want to make this as difficult as humanly possible for myself, so just put out all this dumb shit.
Oh,
I know.
jeez.
Yeah, very excited, dude. Big day. Big day,
No.
big day.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I'm kind of it's weird because I'm just thinking about this like I obviously like I was kind of saying in the last one, I don't really live in the world of podcasting almost at all. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
watched a few. I have not. I think the last podcast I listened to, it's been over a year since I've listened to
Holy
an
shit.
episode of a
Kind of
podcast.
crazy to me.
Um
I like them, dude. I listen to a lot of different ones. I've listened, past tense. I
yeah,
haven't listened like a whole lot, like that often, but like there's such a wide variety.
but yeah, I'm like thinking about it through like I guess I don't even know because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what like cuz obviously if this kicks off and we are putting this on multiple different platforms, it probably
Mm-hmm.
will all slowly mesh into like kind of like a YouTuber influencer Instagram
Comedy sort of podcast type deal,
Instagram
yeah.
like type fame. But like if we were to just pop off on like say Spotify, I don't know what that would do for anyone. Like
What do you mean?
does Spotify even pay people for putting
Yeah,
podcasts on their stuff?
yeah, I heard it's at least for like musicians, like
Yeah, I'm
dog
sure for
water.
musicians it's bad because especially for musicians it probably goes to the label
Like you get 100,
first. It
yeah,
probably
you
goes to
get
the
like a
label
hundred
first and
thousand
then
listens. You get like 100,000 listens, and then they pay you like
oh, I
ten
lied.
bucks,
I
some
did
shit like
listen to
that.
a podcast a while ago because uh very very weird podcast, but I watched it because of the guests they had on, and that kind of leans into what we were just talking about. So the
Mm-hmm.
podcast I was watching was with I know people. Okay, so prefix. I'm gonna remember this, so don't worry about the people that are wondering what I'm gonna say.
Hold on. Let me write this shit down before it gets too deep.
um, I know a lot of my friends know that I'm a pretty big fan of John Bellion, right?
Yeah, I'm aware of
Everyone's
that,
sick of me
dude.
talking about him.
You love that
The
guy.
podcast that I listened to had him on it, and that's why I watched it. Very, very weird podcast.
Ah,
I'm sure everyone could find out what podcast I'm talking about because I don't think he does many interviews at all. And
what
since
is it?
it's, I don't remember what the podcast was called, but it was with some
Wow.
guy, and he like made everything super religious, which I get because like John is a somewhat religious. Well, not somewhat. He's like a pretty religious guy. But like it got to the point where it was just like, oh, I'm gonna talk to you about the music industry, and then he'll answer a question, and then the guy that was asking questions will be like, oh, that reminds me of this Bible verse, and then he'll go on for like 30 minutes talking about this Bible verse. I'm like, okay,
Boring, dude.
let John answer
Mm,
some goddamn questions, man.
yeah, that's the
Anyway,
point.
what was I'm just kidding.
You,
I
I just
remember.
wrote down John Bailey and
I
Pod,
just
dude. I
I
was
just
actually
remember.
taking notes.
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
no, but he was talking about in the some of the points he did bring up is like how bad the music industry has gotten for the actual creators, which is like not good. Like the way he basically said
Why?
basically the way he put it, I can't remember his exact words, but it was like he said something along the lines of like basically what the big corporate heads at the labels do is they're sitting on a cow and they'll like cut off a chunk of a steak and throw it into a pit with like the songwriter, the producer, and like a bunch of other people that help to make the song, and they'll be like, fight over that steak while I'm sitting on this cow, like type of thing. So
Oh,
it's like
yeah, yeah.
they basically
Corporate
just have
greed,
to
dude.
sit there and have the name, and then like the people that are creating are just like slaving away in the basement, being like, "How I have all these feelings. How do I turn them into changing the world's view on stuff and all this stuff?"
Mm-hmm.
And then they only get like 10% of what they like the song actually made, and
That's
then that ten
bogus, dude.
percent is split between
Between everyone who
everyone
actually
that
made it.
made the song. Yeah. So he was just like talking about, he's like, it's bad. So he created his own music label to basically combat that. But he's
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it's
I feel
interesting.
like that's kind of common with. I've heard of some other artists too, where like
I
once
feel
they
like
finally get their big record deal and then they run the contract out, they just start their own because like the return on investment is like
well
nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, like 10%.
well then apparently it's like really really bad because like the way he described it is he's like, so you work for this label, they it's like the way they rent stuff out to you is so bad because they'd be like, "Oh, you want to go on tour and make like actual money because people are going to be going and buying tickets to see you specifically."
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, "All right, we'll set this up for you so you could do that, but you have to pay all of the expenses, right?" But since
For the
you're art,
tour,
yeah, so they'll be like, "You have to go and pay all of
for
these
venues
the
and stuff
venues
like
and all
that.
that stuff to do it." But here's the kicker: they go, "We'll give you a loan that you have to pay us back for all the tickets and stuff that you sell." But you get all the money for the tickets, but we control the ticket prices. But also you have to go by these venues that you can rent out. And then they own those venues that they're making their person go rent out and pay them.
Oh,
So it's just like this whole like really terrible mix mash of like, we're pretending to give you money, but you're actually
yeah,
just
we're
giving
helping
us
you.
more money. And then it's just like, you're having to pay us back for the loan we gave you. We control the ticket prices. You get all the money for the tickets, but since you're like owing us for this venue, you have to sell all these tickets to make a profit.
So
But
it's like good
also
luck
we could
breaking
but
even.
also since we control the ticket pricing, if we think that you're not selling enough, we'll put it on sale, but you still owe us for the full price of the ticket type of thing. So
Damn,
it's just like,
dude.
I was like, "Oh, and you're going to be selling hot dogs and beer at these venues, which goes to us cuz we own the venue." So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like this whole like,
Just pure money for
yeah,
the
it's
owners
like
there.
straight
Fuck.
up just like the venue, like the people that own that stuff are just like, "Oh, we're being good to you," but in reality, we're fucking you right in the ass and smiling while we're doing it, like type of thing.
Yeah,
And he's
that's
like,
actually
I
fucked up,
yeah, he's
dude.
like, I was like in the middle of my third tour when I realized this, and I was like having a nervous breakdown. He's like, "I'm gonna quit. I'm not doing this anymore." And then he hasn't
Mm.
made an album in 8 years,
He's
but
like,
he's
I'm
been
tired of taking back
no,
shots from
yeah.
corporations all the
Now he's
time.
so then he just like did a bunch of producing, and he made like a bunch of hit songs for other people because he's also a
Oh, nice.
ghostwriter. And he's basically like, "Okay, I'll just get my 5 cents for producing all this stuff consistently. I'll just like keep bringing hit after hit after hit, and then I'll just be like, oh, I got a name for myself because look at all these top songs that are like #1 on the charts for how many years that I
Mm-hmm.
produced. Give me my fucking money that I owe because I am a big name now."
Nice. And now he's got his own record label, so it sounds like stuff turned around, but
Yeah, I think.
that's just fucked up. It's like good luck making it out. How bad do you want to
And
be for this kind of
best
deal?
part about it is, during that podcast, he announced that he's making a new album. So, boom! In like
Let's
2 weeks,
go.
in 2 weeks, I was gonna go try and talk people into going to California with me to,
California.
yeah, to go because in 2 weeks he's
Banger song.
going to a museum that's just called like that, like some museum that does music stuff, and he's playing a concert there, but the concert is called The Drop. So I'm like, oh.
I wonder what it. I wonder what it's referring to, dude.
You know what the worst part
Dang.
is? I was like talking to all these people, being like, "You want to go? You want to go?" And then someone was like, "Yo, isn't that on Nick's birthday weekend?" And I was like,
Huh?
"Damn
Were
it!"
you were you looking at plane tickets and shit
Yeah,
even?
I was.
Holy
I was
balls.
like, "I want to go to this concert." I wouldn't have gotten it anyway because apparently it only has like 500 people that can go see it, so no one got a ticket.
Oh,
Um,
womp womp. Well, I guess at the end of the day, at least you didn't miss my birthday.
yeah, lucky me.
Lucky guy. Now you get to spend it with all of our, well, actually not all, three, because one guy just dropped out. Well, still,
We could
it'll be
probably get
fun, dude.
more. I think think there's some
Yeah, I think I'm
people that
gonna.
aren't in the group. Well, they're in the group chat, but they don't actively look at it. So you could probably hound some people. That I
Yeah,
could
I'll
tell you
add them.
after
I'll
some
add them.
stuff. Um,
Yep. Otherwise, I was just gonna ask some of Alexander's friends, so that way we don't have to pay $70 a person if it's like less people than I thought.
and it's a bring your own booze thing that I was reading up on. I was kind of like,
Yep,
oh,
yep.
oh well.
Yeah, I know. You're literally just renting the
I'm up,
boat that we're gonna
just
be
bring a
on.
cake, watch you flip the cake. I don't know. Can you? Okay, context from my point of view. You started dating this girl, and then you got engaged with her. And
Yeah.
then I keep randomly. So then, of course, because we're friends, I followed her on Instagram. And every once in a while, I see like stories of like people flipping cakes. And I don't.
Yeah.
Is that just a thing that she does with all of her
Yeah,
friends or
they
what?
started doing it like
Was that
I
like
don't
a
know, like
trend
three,
that
4 years ago. I don't
was it?
know where it came from, to be honest. They just like started doing it. Like I think they did it. I don't know if it was like one time someone did it just to like see if they could do it, and then they're just like, all right, we like it. We're gonna start doing cake flips as like a tradition.
If you
But
guys get married and get one of those over the top, like
I
seven
know,
layer
dude. No,
cakes, that would be so funny if you both together flipped it, dude.
yeah, I know. We actually talked about
And
that. If we
then
got like, if it was like a two-tiered cake, it just falls
dude,
apart as we
no, dude,
flip
you
it.
should get like a over the top, like really cheap, like 10-layer cake. That'd be
Uh
so
huh.
funny. Like
And
it's
then
just
flip
like
it.
the cheapest cake ever, and then just try and flip it, and then just like, oh, don't worry, guys, that was a fake cake, and then bring out the real one that you want people to
Well,
actually eat.
I mean, no one really even eat. I've never eaten wedding cake at a wedding before.
What?
Yeah, I never get it. I just don't like really want it, and there's always like a shit ton left.
Damn.
So I don't even think it'd be that big of a loss if we flipped the cake and then destroyed it. But yeah, dude, I was watching because she posted
I
something
feel like
about,
that's a
or it was
big
like a.
thing. Every single time I've like watched anything about anyone getting married, they're always like, "Oh, we have to pick the cake flavor," and it always seems like a big thing.
It does, but then no one eats it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's very weird. I was watching the like collage she put together of like all the cake flips in history. I didn't realize how many of our friends are terrible at flipping the cakes, dude. Most of them didn't catch it. It wouldn't even be like a whole flip. It'd be like, and then just fall on its face.
For the people that are listening through audio, he basically just went like, "Oh,
180,
it
yeah.
goes up and then turns directly down, frosting first into their hands, like it doesn't go
Yeah.
in a circle."
Fucking pathetic,
Um,
dude, honestly. I always get ice cream cakes so I can get like a triple flip in there. I really freaking crank that bad boy when I flip it. It's
you got
actually
the
awesome. And
techniques. Yeah, yeah, you would be that guy. She's like, so here's the thing. I know we just started dating and everything, but on people's birthdays, I'd like to make them flip the cake. And you're just like,
Mhm.
oh fuck yeah, give me an ice cream cake. I want to see how many flips I can
Yeah,
do.
dude, I was
give
in
me
when I
the
heard
give
about
me the
that. I was like, I
lightest,
bet you I can get.
densest cake possible. I'm gonna throw this thing 5 feet in the air.
Yeah, dude. Well, once you told me that, I was like, I bet you can get at least 2 flips. I think my most is 3, but it happens so fast, it's hard to tell. But I just like ice cream cake, anyways. And then, like, when I picked it up, I realized how solid it was. I was like,
And
oh
you're
yeah,
like,
I'll fucking crank this thing
have you ever
here.
had it where it's just like it's slightly melted on the bottom, so if you like
It
throw it up,
slides
it just
off.
slides and hits you right in the face.
No, I haven't had that happen yet. We keep it in the freezer. But I think I'm gonna go with Reese's peanut butter cupcake this year. Sounds delicious. Fucking love ice cream cakes, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, we'll probably
Ice
do that.
cream.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, dude. I don't know when we're gonna do the cake flip yet, but it'll happen, I'm sure.
People are
So,
really weird with their traditions or like things that like how that stuff gets started. And
mm-hmm.
it's like some traditions are really weird because it's like their weird quirks are like something that their parents just always did. So it's like
Like
some people
birthday
put their
kisses on the mouth from your parents.
not well, that one is
That's something you do, right?
that's a no, 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 no.
You heard it here first, folks.
Don't be
Dad
starting
kisses his parents
rumors.
on the mouth. His dad and
No,
his
I was
mom.
talking about like people that put like bread in the fridge, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. We used to put it in the freezer, like, because we buy more than one loaf
Well,
at
yeah,
a time.
if you're trying to like save it, but like people that just be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna put my bread in the cupboard," It goes in the
Yeah.
fridge. It's like, no, it doesn't go in
Yeah.
the fridge. Eat it,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, not when it's already open. Don't put it in the fridge then. That's weird.
It's
If
just
I want
like
a cold
there's like a
peanut butter
bunch of weird
sandwich.
things like that. That's like, oh, there's like I can't even think of like there's always those things that happen where it's like, oh, are you a this type of household or this type of household? And I feel like it's
And you're like,
always like
that one
weird stuff.
exists?
Well, yeah, there is, and then there's like, whenever I hear about that, I'm like, are you a Coke or a Pepsi household? I'm a Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper household.
Yeah, that's not even either of them, is it?
um,
I thought Dr. Pepper
but like
was
no, but there's just like a bunch
Coke,
of
dude.
weird stuff of like what belongs and what like
Or how
where.
people load the dishwasher. That's
Yeah, that
another
too.
eye opener.
Really,
That's another eye opener, dude. Do you
maybe.
put bowls on the top or the bottom?
Well, it depends how
Like
big the bowl is, right?
like
Like
a
if it's a
cereal bowl, let's say.
oh, this is a trick question. Am I gonna get
No.
roasted? Top.
Okay, that's what I do.
Who does it on the
That's where
bottom?
it's. I'm not gonna say any names, but I've changed their ways. Let's just say that. I pointed out how good it is to do on top.
Like if it's like a big popcorn bowl,
Yeah, that's a
it
bottom
doesn't fit on
dweller
the
right there.
top. But
No.
like, yeah.
Do you know? Do you understand how dishwashers work?
I mean, generally, yeah. Doesn't just a bunch of water shoot up from the bottom? I don't really know like what the
There,
inner
yeah,
mechanisms of it is.
there's like propellers on the top and the bottom that spin and shoot the water out. A lot of people don't know that. Alexander just thought you
It
just
just fills up with water and then it
yeah,
slowly drains.
yeah. Like no,
That's why
dude.
you
Because I
can't
was trying
open
to
it
explain to
halfway through.
yeah, and I was also trying to explain to her. I was like, that's why you put stuff in upside down, so that way it gets shot with the water. Because when you just put it like sideways, it's not getting clean on the inside. It's crazy, dude.
Means
I
you
had to
can't
teach
put
her
it
some.
upright because otherwise, if it's like a bowl, it just fills up
It'll
with
fill
water.
up. Yeah, yeah. Gabe didn't know that either, my brother. So it's just, dude, we got to get some more dishwasher awareness out there.
Dishwasher
It's actually,
awareness.
dude, it actually is kind
It
of
needs,
heartbreaking.
yeah.
Not that everyone knew.
It's like, yeah. Instead of learning how to do taxes in schools, let's learn how to load the dishwasher.
Yeah, dude, let's figure that out. Everyone's got one of those.
And yeah, no one pays their taxes.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. If you just never start paying them, how are they gonna catch you? You know?
I don't actually know. I don't know how they find out who people. Is it? Do they just look at the money trail? If there is no money
That
trail,
yeah, well, because businesses have to file tax forms to say that they like paid their employees, so that's how they
mm-hmm.
could figure it out. But if you just never ever started, they wouldn't have a tax history for you.
But how would the
Maybe
wouldn't the business you're working for still report that to them?
fake name. Use a fake name.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I should just start doing tax evasion.
Yeah, dude. Easy. Great business move.
Just
Tax free
start.
dollars for days, dude.
That would suck.
We support tax
No,
evasion.
Nick does.
Dude, well, there's a lot of legal ways to kind of evade taxes. That's why so
Yeah,
many. That's why Dubai's
writing
been
everything
popping
off.
off, bro. Yeah. Well, yeah, writing shit off and then
I
like
had
Dubai.
a
That's what, or
I
like
had a
Apple. I think does business or like there's some company where like their headquarters, everything is ran through like Ireland because their taxes are like almost nothing. So
I
then
believe it.
they make way more money technically,
I had one
or way
ex
less.
boss. He left the company, but he was like, "Oh, I have like this side gig where I like take veterans out fishing." And because of that, even though it's like a charitable thing that he just does for the side, like they don't pay him for it, he just does it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, "Oh, I just started an LLC. Say that's my business." And I wrote my boat, my clothes, all this stuff off. And I'm like, "Huh? How is this legal, bro?" And he's
It
like,
is.
it's legal." And I'm like, "What do you mean? How are you going to buy a boat and clothes?" And he's like, "Well, I need a boat to take veterans out fishing, and I need clothes because it's
Ah,
a uniform." And I'm like, "What?"
ah, genius. Yeah, dude, having an LLC seems to be the move.
Yeah.
It's like I saw some TikTok or something like that. It was like a video of this guy's like, you can't like buy a property and then build multiple homes on it for like people to live in, but you can start a company and then buy a property under that company's name, and then all the houses you build are like I don't remember how it was phrased. But it was like essentially it's part of the company, so you can kind of just get around having multiple people live on a property. Because then if anyone tries to come at you, they come at the company, not just a single dude. Well, it's like weird
That's
ways to
the
get
other
around
problem
stupid
though. Like if
laws.
someone ever comes after you, they can technically be like, "Oh, I'm suing you for everything your company has," and if you don't have enough money, they'll be like, "Okay, I'm taking that house that's under your company. I'm taking your boat. I'm taking your clothes." It's like,
High
I need
risk,
my
high
clothes.
reward. High risk, high reward.
What was I gonna? I don't remember. I don't know, dude. Taxes are so weird, and I'm
I
not
don't get them.
looking forward to paying them if this ever pops off, because then we're gonna have to do like a whole special thing, or it's like how
Well,
we're
dude,
splitting it, how
we're gonna have to
you're
start
reporting
buying a
that.
lot of stuff for this organization we've started
No,
here.
no, it's gonna be grassroots forever. It's just gonna be
Yeah.
you and me, Nick. All profit.
Well, no, if we, yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't be, but we just buy shit that's for our
No,
company,
nope.
and then it's
We're
a
gonna
write
have
off.
$1 bajillion sitting in the bank, not invested anywhere, and it's just gonna half of it's gonna get slowly chunked away from taxes every year.
Perfect. And then as the value of the dollar keeps decreasing, it'll just get less and less valuable.
Yep.
I like it, dude. It's a good plan.
That's why we don't lock in loans.
What? Don't lock in
I
loans?
like I don't think I said that right at all. But I just heard like this
Lock
one thing
in.
where it's like, well, if inflation's bad, right, and you can like actively see that the prices of everything is rising, it
Mm-hmm.
technically be a good idea to be like, I'm buying this and putting in a loan, because at least that way it's like instead of
Oh, then
paying
the
for it
interest
all
and
at
stuff
once, it's
stays
like
the same.
that price is locked in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I
it's
do
not
know what you
like,
mean,
oh, if I
actually,
wait a year, it's gonna go up by $10,000 because the dollar
because of
amount went down or
inflation and
whatever.
stuff.
I don't know. I'm not a goddamn money expert, dude. I have to put
Accountant,
a we're gonna I don't even know what that is, Nick.
tax specialist.
We're gonna have to put a warning over this chunk and just be like, yo, we're idiots. Don't take
Yeah,
anything we do as
don't.
legal actual financial advice.
Yeah, yeah. There's a disclaimer. We just gotta put none of this is real advice or something.
That was the
I've seen.
disclaimer.
Yeah, there
Just
it
make
is.
just
Did it
hopefully
after
they
though.
yeah, hopefully they don't pause right after we said, or right before we said that, and
Yeah.
then go do
Well, it's in the
everything.
video, dude. Might get taken out of context. Yeah, that's what they're gonna get us for. That's what your real fear should be.
Out of
Is they'll get us
context
for,
clipping. That was something I
eh,
was worried about.
yeah,
I'm
poor
I'm
advice
gonna have to go on Twitter and goddamn
and
see
defend
myself
it.
saying stuff out of context and just be like, oh, I
Yeah, we'll have
guess
to
I'm
hire a
that
legal team,
now.
dude.
I
Hire a legal
know.
team,
Wasn't anyone wanting to hire and outsource everything? We're gonna be
dude.
making
So
$5 max on this.
no, dude. I'm saying
Split
down the
three
line,
ways.
if we're worried about breaking the law, hiring a legal team
I'm
is
not worried about
definitely a good
breaking the
move.
law. I'm not gonna break it. Are you?
Yeah, I wasn't planning
What?
on it.
Oh, I thought you said yeah to breaking the law.
No, no, no.
Like,
I don't
whoa,
want
whoa,
to do
whoa.
that.
I'm canceling the podcast.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't break the law. I don't break the law ever, dude. 'Cause that's bad. And I was raised right, and I was raised in a family where you don't break the law, so I never do it.
And with that, I'll say let's wrap this podcast up. Thank you guys for watching.
We
And
don't break the law.
Nick's gonna give out a piece of advice for everyone. Hopefully it's topical.
Uh, don't do any shit play. Thank you.
Yeah,
The shit play.
I
Also, don't break
guess
the law.
that's there you go, two for the price of one. I feel like
Shit play is unsanitary, so don't do that.
oh, I
More.
remembered what I was gonna say before.
What? What?
Nope, that's the end of the podcast.
Write it down. Save it. Save it for next time.